this edition of Interview, we're at the Omega Dubai Moonlight Classic and joined by professional golfer Amy Boulden. Amy, we've just seen you come up on your practice run. How's it going?
Really good. Preparations have been good. I've been here for a week already, kind of getting my game ready and prepared for the week. So yeah, really enjoying it here.
Can you take me back? Tell me how you got into golfing. I mean, you've had a pretty incredible amateur career, which I think started when you were 13.
Yeah, I first represented Wales, where I'm from, when I was age 13. I first got into golf, I was about 6 years old. Come from a golfing background. My dad was the club pro at my golf club. My sister used to be the club pro at Abu Dhabi National Golf Club over here. So yeah, definitely had no choice but to play golf when I was younger, and I love it. I mean, I'm very fortunate that I get to travel the world playing golf as a career.
Well, you turned professional at 21. What was that like, the transition?
Yeah, I found actually the transition quite easy, to be honest. I felt like I'd done everything I wanted to do in the amateur game, and then went to Q school, actually didn't get my full card, but ended up getting a couple of invites and played well in them invites, made the most of the opportunity and kind of got my card from there. And it's crazy to think that this is now coming up to the end of my 6th season on tour, which is crazy.
I believe in 2019 you had a little bit of a dip in performance in your career, but actually you kind of have that Welsh resilience. You bounced back and you won your first Ladies Open, the Swiss Ladies Open, in September, yeah?
Yeah, so I decided to play over in America last year, went over and played on the Symetra Tour, and just wanted a bit more experience of playing over in the States, to be honest. And because of that, I ended up losing my tour card on the Ladies European Tour. So I had to go back to Q School, which was tough actually at the start of this year. Ended up actually coming through that and winning it and getting my tour status back, and put in a lot of hard work over the lockdown in the UK. And luckily my boyfriend's my coach, which helps.
Handy.
So,
keep it in the family.
Yeah, so I had kind of a good practice regime at home, and then got my first win a few weeks ago. Yeah.
How did that feel? Have your feet touched the ground yet?
Yeah, I think it was just a huge relief, to be honest. And I think I won that tournament. I was obviously playing great golf, but I wasn't where I felt like was the best I could be. And I think that's a really positive thing, to know that you can win, maybe not playing your absolute best. I always thought, when you get your first win, everything's going to be perfect, and that is just not golf. I putted well, I hit it pretty good all week, but it's just nice to kind of get over that first hurdle.
How important is it, do you think, in sport to be able to bounce back, and have that mental state where you think, mind over matter, I know I can do this?
Absolutely. I think there's so many great stories at the moment in sport, and definitely in golf. You look at who won the AIG Women's British Open this year, Sophia Popov, who had gone through so many struggles with injury and thought about giving up the game. So you just know that it takes a lot of resilience. You've got to keep grinding hard and dig deep when you're out here.
How is it being a female in what is traditionally seen as a male-dominated sport?
Yeah, I think growing up, I was the only really female junior golfer at my golf club, except for my two sisters. So you just get used to kind of growing up with the boys, and I think that was what helped me, to be honest. It kind of really brought my game on probably a lot quicker, because the guys were always so much better. They always hit it further than me, so I was trying to keep up with them. I do actually think it's improving. Do
you think the sport is readdressing gender equality? I mean, have you seen it change over the last few years since you turned pro?
Yeah, absolutely. You hear of these bigger named golf clubs now that used to not let women even play the golf course or even allowed in the clubhouse, and you can see them changing their rules. You even see things like dress codes and everything changing for women as well, kind of keeping up with the times. So I definitely think there's been big improvements over the last couple of years.
There's been a massive change in Saudi Arabia, and I know you're going to be going on there after you finish here. What are your thoughts on the shift in, allowing women to play golf for the first time? I mean, that's big, big news.
Yeah, I think to be one of the first professional sports for women over there, it's just such an exciting time for them. I'm an ambassador for Golf Saudi, so I'm very proud to represent them for the next couple of weeks. And I've been over there a number of times now, and I always enjoy my time there. Golf is actually booming over there. The golf courses are amazing, so I'm really excited for the girls to kind of experience the golf course there. I think they're going to love it.
We're here at the Emirates Golf Course for this competition that you're taking part in. It's the Moonlight Classic, so how different is that playing at night?
It's very different. I had my first experience last year playing in this event. And the transition of when you start in the light to then when it's kind of going dark and the floodlights are coming on. That's probably the hardest part. But I think it's going to be exciting. I actually played a practice round yesterday evening in the dark, and it takes a bit of getting used to, but I just think it's such a fun concept. It gets people talking about an event that's a little bit different to no one else is doing this.
Golf is huge here in Dubai. Why do we do it so well, and what are the facilities like? You know, you've played on the best courses around the world.
Yeah, I think it helps that the weather's so good here. Definitely that is a big part. The condition of all the golf courses are always amazing here as well. I actually tend to come here wintertime when it's UK and you can't play or practice. I love coming out to the Middle East and being able to work on my game. I think it's the perfect place to come, and as soon as Christmas is over, I'll be back on a plane over here, I'm sure. My sister was here a number of years ago, so I think I've been coming here from around the age 15, 16.
How has COVID affected the game?
I think at the start of lockdown, when the UK first went into lockdown, it was pretty tough. Obviously, you weren't able to get out on the course, but I really think that everybody kind of made the most of it. I saw that it was really hard to get like a putting green that you could like roll out on your carpet, or a net. Everyone was buying them to put in their gardens, and I really think it made everybody realise how much they missed the game of golf. And as soon as lockdown was lifted, I mean, my golf course, I couldn't get a tee time on. It was so busy, and I think that's been a real positive, if anything, to come out of this situation.
I think as well what's been really good to see is how well organised tournaments like this have been arranged, you know, in terms of socially distancing, making sure people are wearing the masks, everything's sanitised. Has that made things easier for you guys?
Absolutely. I know a lot of people were very anxious to kind of get back out travelling. Obviously, we travel all over and are in contact with people, but every tournament we've played has been really well organised, doing the best they can to keep us safe, always socially distancing, always wearing masks. We're kind of in a bubble, so we're only in contact with each other. We get tested every week before we play, so we all know that we're all in safe hands.
What advice would you give to any young girls out there who are aspiring to make a professional career in the golfing world?
I mean, if you're watching this interview, I'm here in the sunshine in Dubai, so I don't think I probably need to say too much, but we are very lucky that we get to travel the world and we come to some amazing places. We get looked after very well, and I remember growing up and my dad sending me out to the chipping area in the freezing cold, hailstoning, and I mean, it is all worth all the practice and hard work you put into. When you eventually get on tour, we have a great time and it's very enjoyable.
Well, good luck with the competition, and thanks so much for talking to us today, Amy.
Thank you.